Hey there, this is Anonymous T. Welcome to Anonymous T Podcast. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Some housekeeping items, some meat and potato items. It is free to follow me, free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous T Podcast. Follow me on my main channel if you haven't already, Anonymous T. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous T Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at AnonymousRealityT. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so that it gets out into the algorithm, y'all. Also free to, share with your family, your friends, and your foes. So I want to talk. I have not talked traders in the while, y'all. It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step two. Shout out to Aaliyah. So I have a lot of thoughts at the ending of the traders and the last few banishments and murders and all the things. But in this video, we needed to get into an article about whether or not Danielle Reyes is getting too much hate from the traders fans. And I want to say this, before we get into this, and I'm going to have like a little bit more commentary after, I do feel Danielle received a lot of hate, a lot of unnecessary hate, because to keep it a buck, I felt this season there was just a lot of bad gameplay and a lot of idiotic things that were happening that I don't feel solely relies on Danielle Reyes. So I feel as though like people again want to pick and choose, who they want to uplift and celebrate, and it is what it is. But nonetheless, a lot of the things people were coming at Danielle for, a lot of the other traders were either moving the same way and were not receiving that type of hate. And there's something else I want to get to as well. So this got to the New York Post, y'all, and it said, is Danielle Reyes getting too much hate from traders fans? Big Brother winners weigh in. And it says, don't hate the player, hate the game. That's how 4 Big Brother winners feel about the backlash Danielle Reyes, considered the greatest player to never win the show, is getting from the fans online for her gameplay on the Traitors Season 3. It says, cyberbullying is ruining reality TV. XAVIER Prather, who won Big Brother 23 and also played with Reyes 53 on Big Brother Reindeer Games, exclusively told the Post. Also said, critiquing her great gameplay is one thing, but many of the comments online have gone far beyond that, which is deeply upsetting, Prather said. In my opinion, the participants in the game and Danielle's family are the primary people who may be justified in feeling some way about Danielle's gameplay. Everyone else who feels that they hate Danielle is allowing themselves to become a victim in something that has nothing to do with them. Prather added the online hate seems like a very toxic response for something that is intended to be a guilty pleasure. CHELSIE, who won Big Brother 26 last year, also was turned off by the intense reaction to Reyes. The outrage over a woman playing the game she was assigned to is beyond ridiculous, she told the Post. And also said, is she playing the cleanest game? Maybe not. But is she playing a strong game, a bold game, and that deserves respect? And let's be real, if she were a man or fit a different mold, she'd likely be celebrated for it. Josh Martinez, winner of Big Brother 19, who was also on Reindeer Games, told the Post that he enjoyed watching Reyes owning her villain Reyes on the Traitors. These people signed up to play a game, and she as a traitor not only entertained but also played her heart out, Martinez noted. As a TV personality, she makes you feel something. You're passionate about loving or hating her. She didn't go on to clean her image or boost her career. She's just there to win. Recently, Reyes has been accused of swearing on her grandkids and then lying during the game by several of her eliminated castmates, including her fellow traitor Carolyn Wigger. Sorry if I'm butchering your last name. That triggered me, the Survivor alum exclusively told the Post last week of Reyes' alleged actions. And again, everyone is different with how they play and what they feel is, going to be morally okay. And then also, Prather also came back and said that he wouldn't put it past Reyes to swear on her family in order to stay in the game. The lines between right and wrong in games and deception are always blurry because they're subject to what each game player can tolerate morally, Prather said. Danielle is willing to push the envelope between what's right and what's wrong, which is why she is so polarizing. Taylor Hale, who won Big Brother 24 and came in second on Reindeer Games, told the Post, that she finds the online hate for Reyes disgusting, frustrating, and unfortunately unsurprising. There are certain boxes the public expects Black women to fill when they're on reality TV. When you don't fit in those boxes, or when your presence reflects on that of your white counterpart, the backlash is vile, heinous, and unjust, said HALE, the first Black woman to win Big Brother. HALE also bothered over the debate about Reyes allegedly swearing on her family. Her job is to lie and be convincing in her lies. I understand swearing on anything may carry weight for other people, but a core truth of these competitions games is not that everyone plays by the same moral compass. Reyes has yet to confirm the family swearing allegations herself, though the topic will be surely coming up at the reunion that follows the season finale. In a recent interview with Vanity Fair, Reyes admitted that she played a ruthless and cutthroat game. If I had to change the way that I was perceived because I came in like myself, calm and cool, they would have automatically assumed I was a traitor based off the fact that I was from Big Brother. I was going to have to play this crying, nervous Nelly. Reyes did, however, acknowledge that some of her dramatic actions, specifically falling to the floor in hysterics after Carolyn revealed herself to the traitor, was so cringy, but she said she's cracking up. And of course, this article came out right before the finale. Here's the thing. So those of you who are not familiar with Big Brother, this is the only reality show as of now that you have access to what is called live feeds, right? And so what happens every summer for 90 days or whatever, outside of the episodes that air 3 times a week, I believe it is what is it Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays? Or no. Sunday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, Big Brother come on, right? During the summertime. Now, outside of those episodes, you get what's called live feeds. And live feeds is going to be unedited, unfiltered, all the things, and you see all of the house guests talking. There have been plenty of seasons on Big Brother where people have swore on relatives that either did or did not exist in order to keep themselves in the game, in order to keep themselves safe from getting evicted from the Big Brother house. So that hill that people want to die on about comments that Danielle Reyes said, it's not sitting with me, because she was receiving way more hate before that. Like it's one thing for us to have a key at how progressively her hair was just turning into a mess, and she was looking razzled and frazzled, and I don't know if that was a part of her strategy to look completely too discombobulated to be a traitor, but nonetheless, I was getting a key out of it. I thought it was hilarious, and I thought, I did not like her. I felt her gameplay was very sloppy, was not good at all. But does she deserve hate? No. Like, can we keep it a buck? Can we keep it a buck for real? Out of the 3 US seasons, or no. This is 3, right? This is 3. Yeah, out of the 3 US Traitor seasons, I personally think overall this was the worst. To be honest with you, I still feel like Siri is, from season 1, really showed how a traitor should move. I still am going to campaign as much as I can in my traitors videos that we still need to go back to a season of having civilians. There is something, the UK has incorporated back with the civilians, and I think now they're doing an all-star seasons or whatever. But there's something about civilians that are willing to do anything to get at this money, to get this, to get this dough. And it's nice seeing that intertwined with maybe a handful or a couple of reality stars. I think the problem the past couple of seasons, now, if you have an entertaining cast like season 2, and you have somebody like Phaedra who's going to steal the show, it becomes entertaining, right? But when you have something that's a hot mess like this season, where you put people on like Britney Spears' ex-husband who does nothing, when you bring people on, when you try to, bring in the midst of it all, Wes, Boston Rob, and Derek, like just trying to bring in stuff to have a little bit of, of a splash. It takes away from everything. It takes away from the core of what the show needs to be. We don't need to be doing anymore any of these surprise guests or any of these surprise people, because I feel like it's just not a good look, right? I feel like Boston Rob, if you were going to have him, you should have just had him on either on from the beginning of this season or had him on next season. But I just think overall, there was a lot of bad gameplay as a whole. I felt that, and I don't buy that production knew or that the cast knew who really were traitors and not. You guys, a lot of those conversations and a lot of those roundtables was just hot messes, was just complete and utter hot messes. You had people like Tom and Dolores just not even voting for who the top two people that were suspects as traitors. They were just voting for each other, just hoping to just to be petty Betty and everything else. And it's just like y'all aren't really playing. Y'all aren't really strategizing. So it goes beyond Danielle. Now, we can argue there were some things that Carolyn was right about, but ultimately, I just don't think the cast as a whole was too insecure. Was too insecure, was too paranoid, was too worried about, just trying to take each other out or just find the dumbest reasons to take each other out, that they were not being serious. That this was unserious. And I heard rumors, I'm not sure if it's true or not, that allegedly the Traitors reunion some of it got cut, that they actually went harder at Danielle than what actually was shown. But I think this New York Post article that I actually read and just shared with you guys, I think that might have put the kibosh on that. Because here's my thing, like, it doesn't matter about like or dislike when it comes to these celebrities, these reality TV stars or whatever. But when it gets personal and people start making threats or people, have this whole conniption and try to turn it into something else, like, it gets ridiculous. We can talk about bad gameplay all day. We can talk about how, terrible strategies and things. That's one thing. But like I said, there's a difference between, critiquing and having an opinion and then just flat out hate. And I feel like that line had been crossed with Danielle because people wanted to turn this into a thing of protecting certain people versus Danielle. And once you cross that line, you lose your you use your arguments, right? Because it was more about you were mad that Danielle Reyes, a black woman, got further in the game than your white counterpart did. So therefore, you're going to bash her. And the way that y'all were bashing her, I would have thought she won the show. But she didn't even win the show. And y'all bashed her. And I have to call out the cast too, because some of the cast was bashing Danielle in these interviews. And I'm like, well, wait a second. And I don't know if they were doing that to just like feed into their fan bases, but I felt it was unwarranted. And I was happy that Bob the Drag Queen spoke up for Danielle at the reunion. But after seeing how everything played out in the season finale and the reunion, I was confused. Because I was like, well, she didn't even win the show. She didn't even get to the finals. Like, what are we really upset about here? What we're really upset about is she outsmarted you and outplayed you. But ultimately, she led to her own demise of decisions that she's made wrong in the past that have, like, resurfaced. But nonetheless, like, I just wish that it could just be fun reviewing and reacting to these shows. But some of these fans, they take things so personally. And it's like they make it their life's mission to just try to ruin people. And I'm not about that life. Like I'm really not. Like, I feel it is fair if you did not care for Danielle's gameplay. Fine, right? We know I've been dragging the gameplay, but I'm not trying to set out to have anything negative happen to her or set out for her to receive hate or all this and that. But the series as a whole, the season as a whole, was a disaster in terms of the gameplay compared to the previous seasons. There was a lot more, it was a lot more entertaining from the gameplay aspect. But this season, it just felt there was a mix of bad gameplay, and people were just taking a lot more people were taking it personal compared to previous seasons, and everything else. And I think they tried to overcompensate with the dramatics and everything else of it all, but it just wasn't the same. But I don't feel Danielle deserves the hate that she has been getting and is continuing to get. It is absolutely unnecessary. She's made mistakes. There have been some bad gameplay decisions, but the way how hard people are going against her, I'm not about it. I don't like it, y'all. So there's that. That's all I got. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.